Looking to Lightroom's library module in the left-hand panel, a lot of the organizational structure associated with your directories for folders, collections, and the catalog itself are taken care of on this side of the screen. But first, let's look at the Navigator. The Navigator is a unique tool. It allows you to do some specific zooming in. In this case, I have it set for 1:1 or 100% zoom by clicking on the 1:1 button here. And if I click in this area here to inspect the eyeball, it moves the image in the central viewing area to the loop view. And then if I click again with the magnifying glass, it moves directly to the place that I clicked. And then I can actually pick this square up and look around the image to inspect it at the 100% reproduction size. Let's move the Navigator back, and I'll hit the G for grid to bring us back to the grid mode. Let's look at the catalog, and when I twirl down this triangle, we can see all the photographs associated with the catalog. All the images that are referenced. There's 3583 here. So if I click here, all of those images in the grid view appear in the central viewing area. I can scroll up and down 3,500 images quite quickly. If I move to the previous import and click on it, these images from Peter Fisher Photography, a Corbis photographer, were imported recently, the most recent import. Okay? Now, if we're looking to selective folders, they're right here. So if I twirl down this triangle, notice that the catalog stayed open and I need to use the scroll bar. So what we see with the folder area is my hard drive, primary drive A, and then we see the top directory folder with all 3,500 images. And then we see subfolders, nested folders within the top directory folder. So in this case here, Peter M. Fisher, Corbis Photography, there's 45 images total. There's 4 folders. One on Art School, Beach, Library, and Lifestyle Model. So in working with your folders, you can see that if you see a little triangle, you'll know that there's another sub-nested folder or subfolder within the folder. If I scroll down the left-hand side a little further, I can get to Collections, and I can get to the triangle associated with Collections and scroll again down to see the Smart Collections in this case. These are basically references to images within your catalog. So it's not like a folder where you might put images into a folder. You're looking across the catalog, in this case, to all the images that are colored red. All of these images have a red surround, and if I scroll down here, every one of them that has a red surround is exhibited here. Okay? 32 of them. And the last one is Published Services. Published Services is recently new to Lightroom, and basically Published Services allows you to use the social networks and manage your images directly from Lightroom. Very cool. So what you can do is you can select images in the library, set up your Facebook account and authorize it to accept these images and publish them directly from Lightroom. Flickr as well, and many more. Find more services online. Okay, I see a bit of a problem when I'm working with the panels over here, that there's just too many panels open at the same time. So I'm going to suggest you use a special feature in here called Solo Mode. If I move to the right of, let's say, the folder panel, and I right-click on the mouse, I can engage what we call Solo Mode. So watch what happens. The catalog and folder panel are open right now. As I engage the solo mode, only one panel can be opened at a time, and so it cuts down on all that scrolling associated with having multiple panels open. The only panel that doesn't respond to the solo mode would be the Navigator, because the Navigator you can get into wherever you're at within Lightroom. Okay, but these now have a dotted triangle, which means that I can open this panel, I can look at all the photographs, I can then move to this panel, Folders, click on the panel header, and it closes Catalog and opens Folders, and then I can proceed to work quite efficiently. The scroll bar still needs to be engaged to go down the folder structure, but you don't have to go down to find an open panel. Nice stuff here. Lightroom's got some great organizational features. Down here is the Import button on the left-hand panel. If you click on it, it brings us back to the Import panel. We select a source, what are we going to do with it, and where are we going to put it. The other one is the export button. If we click on the export button, we could select a specific image or images and export them and repurpose them as TIFFs, JPEGs, a variety of different formats, sizes, and so forth. We'll discuss exporting at the end of the Book 1 feature here. So within the book there's some in-depth discussion on each of the features, catalog, folder, collections, and then we'll have some more videos on the organizational structure and how to rename folders and so forth. So as we close this overview of the left-hand panel, we'll look to specifically working with the folder structure in another video and talk about how we can rename folders, create folders, place images within folders, managing our information from Lightroom.